Day 3, and today's exercise is all about triads, and this is something that I always seem to be banging on about, but I hope with good reason, because triads are just so important in so many ways, and a really good way of understanding the fretboard. And in practical terms, they're often the basis for rhythm guitar parts, and I'm very often using triads as kind of guide notes when I'm playing improvisations, whether it's melodies or guitar solos. And today what we're going to be doing is a very simple triad scale exercise on the top 3 strings. We're doing this in the key of C major, and we've got our C major scale. Our root notes of the triads is going to be on the 3rd string, so we've got a C here at the 5th fret, and we're just taking that up the C major scale. And what we're going to do is we're going to harmonise those notes with triads that belong to the key. So I'm not going to go into all of the theory here, but the basic idea is we're building a little 3-note triad off of each of the notes in the C major scale, so diatonic triads. And in every major scale, the triads always occur in the same pattern of major and minor qualities. So we're going to start with C major triad, that's frets 5, 5, 3. Then we've got D minor, that's frets 7, 6, 5. And they've got E minor. There's F major, G, A minor. Then we've got B diminished. This is the slightly weird one. We've got frets 16, 15 and 13. You naturally get a diminished triad off of the 7th note of the major scale. And then we're back to C major again. So that's the first thing, is just to memorise that series of major and minor with that one diminished triad shape in there. And then you can just drill that up and down as a little triad scale. So let me do that now. We've got 2, 3, 4. So we've got some theory stuff going on here, obviously, and some fretboard knowledge, but the technique aspect of this exercise is just to play that nice and smoothly up and down the fretboard, connect those triad shapes together smoothly, just good fingering. You don't want your fingers kind of flying around or searching for notes. For a more challenging exercise, you might like to apply a scale sequence to these triads. So you might try something like this. And we're basically skipping in thirds, so the root notes are going like that up the scale. So every other note, we're going from C to E, and then we're going back 1, D, and then skip up to F, and so on up the C major scale. And then we just plug in our triad shapes to that pattern, and that sounds like this. So that's a slightly more challenging version of this exercise. Then if you want to take things further, you could try doing the same thing on the other string sets. And by string sets, you've got 4 groups of 3 strings. So strings 1, 2, 3, you could move the exercise over onto strings 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 and 6, and you could of course try this in some other keys as well. So lots of different levels you can sort of take this exercise on depending on your current level of knowledge and ability. So good luck with that, and I'll see you tomorrow.